everyone, it's Suzanne. Welcome back to Tuesday's book recommendations. Today I have for you musical lovers book recommendations. Now these are picture books, but as I've said on my channel many times, I believe picture books are for people of all ages. And these books in particular would be for piano lovers as well as jazz lovers. And my first book I'm going to start with is The Music of Life. And this is by Elizabeth Ruch, and it's illustrated by Marjorie Priceman. This is about the gentleman who invented the piano, Bartolomeo Cristofori. Oh my, I probably butchered that name. But he did invent the piano, and my daughter immediately said when I referred to the piano da forte at her piano teacher to the piano and said that is what it's actually called. And then she immediately said, this is a great book. We should get it for her piano teacher for Christmas. And I think it makes an excellent book for any piano lover. But if you have a child that's interested in the piano, it is an easy to follow, interesting piece of history, especially about the piano. And it's very beautiful. I love beautiful illustrations, as I've mentioned probably many times already. So that's the first book I'd highly recommend. Now, the remaining books are specifically about jazz. And this is how Jelly Roll Morton invented jazz. And this book, besides the illustrations being captivating, the story is very lyrical and poetic. And there's some pieces in there that if you have any sort of singing voice, you could certainly sing them. I read them in poem style because I don't have the best singing voice. Yeah, see? This book is a lot of fun. I would give this to any child. And this one I would recommend for anybody that loves jazz in terms of history. It's fun to read, but it's definitely good for children, and it gives them, it's fun to read. Then the next jazz book I have is all about Duke Ellington. And this also is quite beautiful and fun. It's fun, and it really talks about the history of Duke Ellington and jazz. Great deal of fun. Now the last book I'm going to show you today is a jazz book. It's about the history of jazz. It's called Jazz, My Music, My People. And I found this in a secondhand store. And unfortunately, I looked it up and it doesn't seem to be available as a brand new book. But I'm sure, like myself, you could find it secondhand if you wanted to, which is totally fine by me. The reason that I'm showing it to you today is because it really gets into detail, but in an easy way. So for example, you could read it to a child and just read one a day. And I think that it's very digestible, and it gives a history of many of the people, the famous people that are involved in jazz, and some you've heard of probably, and some you haven't. And this is a lot of fun, and you'd be surprised what children pick up on, because I introduced my daughter to Louis Armstrong. She's 7, but I introduced her to Louis Armstrong through a Magic Treehouse book, and then played her some music, and the next time she heard Louis Armstrong, she pointed out who was playing. She said, that's that guy, that's the guy from Magic Treehouse. And then I, of course, said, oh my goodness, it is Louis Armstrong. I did not even pick up on it. So this gives a great introduction to children that are interested in music, and jazz has so many roots in it. I think if you're interested in music, it is something to explore. Yeah, so it has all the greats in this book for sure. Okay, this is a brief video today, but I just wanted to take the opportunity, in case you have a music lover you're buying for this Christmas, these are wonderful books. They're certainly wonderful books any time of the year. Again, The Music of Life by Elizabeth Ruch. This is How Jelly Roll Morton Invented Jazz, and that's by Jonah Winter, and it's illustrated by Keith Mallett. Duke Ellington, and that is written by Andrea Davis Pinkley, and it's illustrated by Brian Pinkley. Jazz, My Music, My Life by Morgan Monceaux. Definitely won't be taking any language lessons from me after this video. Okay, that's everything. I hope there was a book in there for the music lover in your life, or if you're a music lover and wanted to add one to your library, then I totally believe in giving ourselves Christmas presents. Okay, take care, and I will see you soon with another bookish video.